Welcome to our gardens. Michael and I have been working on this for the last several months and just thought that we'd put this together and give you a little look-see, Carolyn.
There's flowers, there's greenery, there's things growing and flying about, a lot of butterflies.
Oh my gosh, this year, lot. This is definitely Michael's domain, all of this huge bunch of greenery you see on the porch here. He tends to all of this, makes everything look gorgeous. Of course, it's Mother Nature who makes everything look gorgeous, but needs someone to pay attention and tend to it, right, Michael?
Leftovers from last year as well as new recruits.
Yeah, and nice that it got a little drink today because it certainly does take a lot of water, doesn't it?
Every day. Every
Well,
sunny day.
Yeah. At any rate, welcome to our garden. This is our raised bed area where we have garlic, and one of our raised beds is now called the lowered raised bed because it fell. Here is the south deck. South deck is pretty much Michael's domain. He plants everything from year to year. Some of it are plants that come from our house in the wintertime that we bring out, and others he plants especially for this time. New statuary that I got, along with a bunch of rocks. Oh my goodness, this place is full of rocks. And one of the things that we found over in Maine at a spot was a column. See the beautiful column in there? And then also I put in a cactus and succulent garden. Okay, so some of these cactus are not going to last over the winter, but ones that look like the hen and chicks type, like that, or this, or these beautiful pieces that came from your garden, Carolyn, that and this piece here, they should winter over and do just fine. The Glen of Mysteries is a section that we really don't do too much with, but this time I cleared out a path and I reconstructed a whole bunch of pieces of wood that Michael has been collecting on our front porch forever and ever, and ended up making an interesting sculpture. Everything is freestanding, nothing's pounded together. There's the Glen, isn't that beautiful? Back, you'll notice of our little shed, we have some graffiti that my grandchildren made, but for the most part, Michael has painted the shed. You'll see that more from another angle. And we come back through here towards the Zen garden. This beautiful blue piece that's hanging is from an artist in Stowe named Peggy Smith. I'll show it to you from the other side, but mostly I want you to see this beautiful area right here, which I call the Zen garden. And we've added to it a little pagoda this year. Again, I'll orient you to the garden and the house. And now I'm going to come around and show you this beautiful artwork that Peggy Smith has made. Beautifully hung between two of the trees here. I'm going to come in close on it so you can see what it is. It's cyanotype, so as a photographer you will be familiar with that. And it says up here, endless circles of the moon. Kiss the earth with light while the tides dance to the rhythm. And the piece on the bottom, she says, this is the tide. Isn't that beautiful how it shimmers and goes back and forth? Love it. And see how it ties in, her blue ties in so beautifully with Michael's blue shed. This is the newest addition to my garden this year. I call it the Bluestone Garden because it's made of all entirely blue stone gotten from a quarry over in Cambridge, Jeffersonville area. So this whole area here is brand new. This large rock here used to be actually a step coming off of our south deck, and I just decided to use it for a sculpture, statue. Over here we come to what I call the love garden. Adorable. Everyone collects heart-shaped rocks, so it's fun to have a place to be able to display them. And again, I'll swing around so you can see the beautiful little shed and how what Peggy wrote about the moon goes so beautifully with this little shed we have that Michael has painted. Walk back around to the parking lot as if you were first coming in. There's no one way to see our garden, but there's many things you shouldn't miss. And this is right by the beginning of the Casa del Sol sign. We come over here, another one of these little statuary things. This was gotten from one of our neighbors. And then we have here the rust garden. Most of these rust items have come from the homestead here. Michael has found them and collected them, but I've added a few things to it as well. This area here is called our lily garden, and the lilies are just stunning right now, beautiful. And earlier it's the peony garden, but for now, and the delphiniums. They get to be 7 feet high. In the early spring, it's the primrose garden. These are primrose. I leave the greenery out because I think it's still so beautiful, but they're the first things to flower. And now it's the daylily time. This is a Chris Curtis red and green slate sculpture. Beautiful sweet peas. They come up every year in the same spot. It's just incredible how they just overtake this little funky piece of, I don't know, fencing. So this year I made a little path going through. I got a couple more delphiniums because I said, wow, do we love delphiniums? And it's been a while since we've gotten anything new. So let's try. And meanwhile, while we're here, this is a fenced-in garden that is meant to keep the deer out. I love to make paths. So yes, I keep adding more paths to our garden. This is daisy time now, coming out. These are chrysanthemums that are beautiful for covering ground, but they will not flower until the fall. These are a few annuals that I put in for color. This is something you won't see in a lot of gardens. It's great masterwort, and then next to it here is creeping bellflower. One of my favorite. They're so delicate. If you look close, this is not your ordinary bee balm. This is purple bee balm. And see down there in the woods, red bee balm. Red is the one that's pretty prevalent everywhere. Okay, this is another ligularia and a surprise little delicate rose that keeps blooming. I'm so pleased. This is Michael's domain. We do help him plant it, but it is his potato patch and he loves them. We have potatoes all winter long. These are the 2 pear trees that we got for our wedding. He has yet to produce any fruit. One of them flowers, the other one doesn't. Working on trying to keep the bishop's weed out. Here's some more of those beautiful bee balm. And just to again orient you, here is the back of our house. This little area, when it just poured, it just totally poured, and I've made this area so that when the rain comes off the corner, it doesn't completely make a hole. It goes down and drains well. This year, I finally cleaned this out back here. This door was the most dirty thing you've ever seen, and I painted it beautiful orange, and I put one of my posters on it from years and years ago called Wildflower Garden. And you also get to see the beautiful stone foundation of this house. This house used to be an entirely 2-story stone house, but it was in disrepair for dozens and dozens of years. You can't really see them from here, but Michael does all these beautiful flowers along. That's my videos. My garden tour, kind of, you can see going as I turn around and around, sort of where some of the gardens are oriented. So you see, for me, gardening is, although it's work, it's fun. That's what life is. You find what really is it that you love to do, and then it's not so much work.